Hi there, today we're going to talk about how to send, email, and manage the mailing list for the Leigh Parent Advisory Council. As a little overview, so for sending email, first for sending, it requires delegate access, and you'll need to have a personal Gmail account, and whoever is the admin of the LPAC info account can delegate access, so you can send email on behalf of the LPAC info account. It's sent from Gmail, which we'll go through and show you the screens for that. And the key is to make sure when you send it, you BCC, so blind carbon copy mailing list. And we'll go through that. Also, when it comes to managing the list, for managing the list, it requires a password for the lpacinfo@gmail.com account. You'll also need a personal Gmail account. We use the contacts tool within Gmail to do that. And we manage the list manually right now, so whoever is responsible for managing the list needs to be watching for any subscribe or unsubscribe messages from that to that email address. So here we are in Gmail. I've already logged in. If you're not able to the address to log in is just gmail.com. This is a personal address. Now, once I have delegate access, on the top right hand side, I can select I'll see LPAC info, it'll say delegated. When I click on that, it'll show me the account. I'll be able to see all the email in that particular account, and I'll be able to send email from that account. I won't be able to make changes to security, but I can access and use the account. So here, I'm going to say compose. Now, by default, it does not show the BCC field. I'm going to click over on the right hand side to say BCC. And I'm just going to type in mailing list, 2 words. And now when I hit tab, actually, let's go mailing list. So as I type in mailing list, you'll see there's a drop down that has the mailing list. And when I click on the mailing list, it'll place all the different people's names in the list here. When I send out this note, these addresses will not be visible. But it'll go to everyone who's on that particular list right now. So I could add a subject to say plant sale, December, whatever the dates would be. The content of the message would go here, and then I have a couple of options. Once I'm done with this, I can send it right now, or if I click on the bottom arrow to the right, I can actually schedule the send. So maybe if we want it to go out on a certain day, you can craft it whenever it's convenient for you, but you can schedule it. So if I click on schedule send, I can now pick these defaults, or I can also pick a date and time. I can pick exactly when I want this email to be sent out. And then once I schedule the send, it'll wait in the outbox, and then until that time and date and time, once it hits that date and time, it'll automatically just send out that message to these folks. So that's all there is to do with sending the email. So you only require delegate access. You will need your own personal account, and that's the account that we can grant delegate access to. It's sent from Gmail, so if you're familiar with Gmail, it looks and works just the same way. And the key thing is you're going to use the BCC field and type in the word the 2 words mailing list, and it should bring up the mailing list of everyone on the list. Now we're going to switch gears. What if you're managing the list? So if you're managing the list, you require the password for the account. You'll need your own Gmail account. We'll use the contacts tool, and we're going to also watch for messages to subscribe or unsubscribe. So here we are back in my personal Gmail. When I click on the top right hand side, there's the delegated access. I also have the LPAC info. This one with the logo beside it, without the word delegated, is the account with the password. So once I select that, if I haven't logged in before, I may need to type in the email address lpacinfo@gmail.com with the password. If you don't have the password, reach out to someone on PAC to make sure that you've got that. And once you're logged in, you'll see the logo on the top right. You'll see all the messages. At this point, there's a few more items available on the top right. One of them being the Google Apps. If you click on the Google Apps, one of them in particular is Contacts. When you click on Contacts, it'll open up the contact management tool for Gmail, and this is where we manage our list. Along the left hand side, you'll see there's a list for LPAC exec, there's also a list of the mailing list here. So when I click on mailing list, I'll see a listing of all the people on the mailing list. I can use the search tool at the top. If someone were to email to say, hey, I want to be subscribed or unsubscribed, you can type in their name or email address into the search tool, and once you find them, you add or delete them as appropriate. So this is all for just managing the list. We manage the list here, and because it's called mailing list, when we reference mailing list in any of the stuff we send out, it looks at this particular list. And the only last thing as a reminder is, because it's a manual process right now, there will be messages coming to the Gmail account that say please subscribe or unsubscribe, and someone needs to be responsible for checking for those and updating the list appropriately.